What's up, guys? Future Concept Screencast here. Now that the iPhone 4 has already been released, I just want to go over some things on what we could see next from Apple. As everybody knows, the Apple TV is still out there, it's still selling, but as Steve Jobs called it, it's just considered a hobby. I think that the new Apple TV could feature 1080p video. It could have cloud storage for your media, meaning that all your movies, your music, TV shows, everything that you have on iTunes on your Apple TV, instead of having it on a hard drive, you can have it all on the internet for you to access. And it probably could cost as little as $99. Knowing Apple, it probably won't be, but it could be. As far as the iPods, last year Apple introduced the iPod Nano, which had a video camera. Now, a lot of people are saying that the MP3 players era is pretty much ending, except for the iPod Touch. What they could introduce in September at their iTunes event or iPod event is maybe a web-based iTunes service. As we all know, they acquired Lala not too long ago, and they might be implementing that soon. The iPod Touch, as we all know, is pretty much an iPhone without a phone and a camera. They could give it an iPhone 4 slim shell, make it look more like the iPhone 4. They could give it a front-facing camera, which would allow you to have FaceTime, because as we all know, the iPod Touch already does have Wi-Fi capabilities. Or they could go the route of giving it a rear-facing camera and not giving it a front-facing camera and allow you to take pictures with the iPod Touch. They could go either way. But the main thing is that Apple needs differences among its products. The MacBooks and the MacBook Pros recently got upgrades, but the one that didn't get an upgrade was the MacBook Air. Some rumors are that they can upgrade the memory in the MacBook Air, give it Core i5 or i7 processors, give you some options with solid state drives, and maybe update the graphics. And last is the iPad. The iPad, as we all know, is fairly new. Apple really doesn't upgrade or have changes to its products until maybe a year or a year and a half after they do the first one. So maybe around January 2011 we'll see the iPad 2 or whatever they're going to call it. That one desperately needs a front-facing camera, because I mean, it makes more sense to have a front-facing camera on something like a tablet than a phone. As we all know, they put it on the new iPhone 4, so maybe they could be putting it on the next iPad. And of course, video chat is the main feature that you would have. I mean, we have a bigger screen with the iPad, so it just screams for that type of upgrade.